mean, this was designed so we can get to know Shane Stevens. This was designed to help, elevate your career. But anything in the interview, if you don't like it, say you don't like it. Disagree with me. It's okay to disagree with me. I mean, you left, and quite honestly, you railroaded me. I didn't know you were leaving. At the end of the day, there's only so many top spots.
You talk about all these top spots and I missed this one little detail. So how many details does a guy like JP gotta follow? I can't count on all my fingers and toes the amount of times that you guys have come to JP with a specific direction and he fucking pissed on it and threw it out the window. No consequences for him. Still in the top spot.
If you still want to do this interview, I understand.
I'm here. We might as well finish it.
All right. Well, let's continue on. Right now, WrestleCentre fans, we're at the WrestleCentre studios, and I have Shane Stevens as my guest here tonight. And Shane, you left WrestleCentre as an active member of the roster. Right now, currently, what is your official status with WrestleCentre?
It's a difficult question to answer because of why I went away.
Well, let's talk about that. I mean, yeah, let's talk about that. Why did you leave all that? Why did you leave all that? An opportunity, I dare say, that a lot of other performers would take up in a heartbeat. You had it, and you just let it go.
I wouldn't go as far as to say that I just let it go.
I was there, and it just came down to you saying, you're done. Maybe this isn't for you.
My whole WrestleCentre career, everything flashed through my head of how hard I tried to toe the company line, first off, how hard I tried in the ring, and the reactions that I got from the audience. It's the only time that anybody in the wrestling industry has ever made me just want to walk away from it. The disrespect that I felt was enough. I needed to go away for a little while, and it kind of lit a fire under me. In order to face a situation head on, one needs to step back, regroup, see what you're working with, and then decide the best strategy going forward. And that's what I did with my time away from WrestleCentre. Regrouped, looked at what I had, and I've come up with a strategy.
You always presented yourself well in the ring.
I agree with that. I felt that was the case. May not have got my hand raised, but I definitely was not an afterthought come the end of the night.
Absolutely, I 100% agree with that.
Thank you.
But why weren't you able to gain that momentum? You left the prime position.
I left a position.
Well, a position that a lot of people would want in your position. A lot of young wrestlers, young up-and-comer wrestlers would want to be in. I mean, let's just call a spade a spade.
Sometimes may have bit off a bit more than I could chew, and I admit that. Technique-wise, confidence-wise, maybe I wasn't ready for the positions that I was aspiring to. But if it was supposed to be me, it would have been me. And it wasn't me. But in taking the time away, regrouping, coming up with another game plan of how I'm going to attain the success that I crave, I feel this time around in WrestleCentre, my odds of success are greater.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. Let's leave that as it is. Let's change gears here.
Sure.
I'll be very blunt with you. I really will. And I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know. A lot of people consider your role here in WrestleCentre, the one that you did have before you left, as being a shadow role. Do you see yourself as always being the shadow?
It's a very real question. Something, and you're not the first person to ask me that, or something very similar to that. No. No.
How can you say that with such confidence? I mean, we've seen. I mean, I personally, again, I'm a fan of yours. I really am. I personally have seen it. How can you confidently say that right now? Can you really say that?
I would like to think that.
But I mean, realistically, I know you'd like to think that, but realistically,
there's certain ways these questions are coming out where it's like you're intentionally trying to get me to say something bad about Steve, or saying flat out, oh, you know, he doesn't care about you, he doesn't give a shit about you. I don't.
But are there elements of truth to that? I mean, I think there is. You know as well as I do, Shane, that you don't have the personality the strong personality to, quite frankly, grab the spot that you deserve.
Like I said, it comes back to the way, to me, that you're phrasing these things, and I feel like you're trying to get me to go out of my way to say negative things. I don't appreciate that. It's because it feels like there's always some type of prejudice against me in this company.
No prejudice.
I don't know what it is. I don't know who has said what about me. I don't know what it is. I've gone out there. I've worked my ass off. I feel like I've done everything that's been asked of me in this company, and yet I still get fed shit time after time again.
I mean, I'm always open to suggestion. I'd love to answer some of the questions that you have. I mean, if I've avoided any of your questions, I apologize.
What about all the questions that I've had for you over some of the months? I go out and I have these banger matches with guys who aren't even fucking here anymore, and I'm still here. Yet, after those matches, you still put me back in the same exact position before. Just go out there and have a good match. I just need you to go out there and have a good match. You never took the time to answer any of my questions, and I never.
What are your questions?
I never went to anybody else and tried to go out of my way to get them to say bad things about you.
I agree. If you have questions for me, please ask them. I have no problem answering them.
Any of the questions that I've had before we've come to pass the day of the show, it gets answered. I understand sometimes you're busy, but in weeks leading up to the show, there's been countless times where I've asked you, what are your plans? Any particular ideas you have for this match, that match? I have no idea. I have no clue.
Is there someone holding you down? Does it go beyond what happens in the ring? Is someone holding you down?
I really don't know how to answer that. I really don't know how to answer that. I would honestly like to hope not. I hope not. I want success. I want the success. I do. At times, it's been so close. It's been so close. How I feel about that success and how afraid I am that I might not attain it.
Then you might as well just leave again. I hate to be that harsh with you, Shane, because you're a great performer. If I personally didn't see a future in Shane Stevens, we wouldn't be having this conversation. But there's only so much we can do with someone who's in the background. We need that person to come into the foreground so that person can realize his potential.
I get it. I get it.
You have what it takes to make that happen. Are you too nice of a guy for this industry?
I was.
Is Shane Stevens more than just a good hand? Someone who can just go out there and put on more than just another great match?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, I mean, I just wish that I just wish that there was a little more gratitude. When I stepped away from WrestleCentre, unfortunately, that's fine. I'm a big boy. I can move on from that stuff. Focus on myself for how I'm going to achieve the success that I feel I deserve. Hopefully the audience feels that I deserve. And I got a lot left to prove in WrestleCentre. I have a lot left to do. It just took a little while for me to see that.